Your Lexus RX or ES can easily go well past 200,000 miles, but there are a few things most owners never hear about. Today, we're going through 10 illegal Lexus tricks that can help your RX or ES last longer. And trust me, you want to stick around for number 10, because it could save you from a repair bill that's easily over $6,000. Let's get into it. Trick 1. Stop believing in lifetime transmission fluid. Lexus loves the word lifetime when it talks about the WS transmission fluid running through your RX or ES gearbox. Technically, they're not even lying. It is a lifetime fluid for the lifetime of your transmission. The problem is that the lifetime gets a whole lot shorter once that fluid sits in there for 150,000 miles, slowly breaking down and collecting tiny bits of metal from normal driving. Owners on the Club Lexus forum have gone back and forth on this question for years, and the pattern from people who've actually kept their RX past 150,000 miles is blunt. Don't wait for the dashboard light to tell you, because on a lot of these model years, it simply won't. The transmission doesn't warn you before it starts wearing out. It just quietly does it in the background while everything still feels fine. The number that keeps showing up from long-term owners is a change every 60,000 miles, using genuine Toyota WS fluid specifically. We'll come back to exactly why that fluid choice matters so much in Trick 10, because it's a bigger deal than most owners ever realize until it's too late. Trick 2. Check if the VVT-i hose was ever replaced. If you own a 2007 to 2009 RX 350 or a 2007 to 2008 ES 350, there's a known issue you should check for. Lexus issued limited service campaign 9LH for the rubber section of the VVT-i oil supply hose. Over time, that rubber can deteriorate and leak oil, which can lead to abnormal engine noise and an oil pressure warning. Lexus extended the campaign to cover vehicles that hadn't been repaired, but that coverage ended on December 31st, 2021. So this isn't a free repair you can simply claim today. The useful part is still checking your VIN and service history. Ask a Lexus dealer whether the 9LH repair was ever completed on your car. If it wasn't, at least you'll know you're dealing with a known weak point and can have the hose inspected. And there's another reason to check. The replacement design still contains a rubber section, and owners have reported seeing the issue come back over time. So don't assume the campaign automatically means your car is permanently protected. Find out whether the repair was actually done, and keep an eye out for oil leaks or an oil pressure warning. Before we get into the next few Lexus problems, there's something a lot of owners find useful. Our Lexus Longevity Guide is a complete buying and maintenance guide packed with engine discussions, maintenance advice, and practical tips to help owners better understand and care for their vehicles. If you'd like to check it out, you'll find it linked in the description. Now let's move on to the next trick. Trick 3. Treat cold start ticking like a warning light. If your RX or ES makes a ticking or tapping sound for the first few seconds after a cold start, don't wave it off as just how these V6s sound. Owners running the 2GR-FE, which is the 3.5-liter engine in most RX 350s and ES 350s from 2007 onward, have been documenting this exact issue for years. On specialist forums like Bob is the Oil Guy, the pattern is consistent across dozens of reported cases from completely different owners. The engine runs momentarily oil-starved right at cold startup, before oil pressure fully builds up through the system, and it shows up as either piston slap or VVT-i ticking, depending on which component gets affected first. Some owners have lived with it for over 100,000 miles without it ever getting worse. Others have watched it get progressively louder over a couple of years until it turned into an expensive problem that could not be ignored. The simple thing you can control is maintenance. Use the oil viscosity specified for your particular model year, don't stretch oil changes unnecessarily, and pay attention to whether that startup noise is staying the same or getting louder. If the ticking is becoming more noticeable over time, That's when it's worth having the engine checked, instead of assuming it's just normal V6 noise. Trick 4. A tick, tick, tick isn't always the exhaust. Here's one that confuses people because it can sound almost identical to trick 3. A ticking or popping noise that most owners immediately blame on an exhaust manifold leak can actually be a spark plug working itself loose inside the cylinder head, which mechanics call the plug walking out of its threads over time. Technicians active on Toyota and Lexus forums, like IH8MUD, have flagged this specifically as a problem that gets misdiagnosed constantly, because the sound really does mimic an exhaust leak almost perfectly to an untrained ear. Catching it early can save you a much bigger repair, but don't assume it's always a 5-minute job. On some of these V6s, getting to the rear bank means removing the intake manifold, so what sounds like a simple spark plug check can turn into several hours of work. If you hear a constant tick or pop that doesn't disappear once the engine warms up, have a technician check the plugs and make sure they're properly torqued. It's much better to catch a loose plug early than to wait until it damages the threads in the cylinder head. It's a simple thing to rule out before spending money chasing an exhaust leak. Trick 5. Know which engine you're actually dealing with. Not every RX uses the same engine, and that's important because the maintenance schedule isn't the same either. The first generation RX 300 uses the 3.0 liter 1MZFE V6 with a timing belt. If that belt fails, the engine stops running, and you're going to need a tow and a timing belt repair. The bigger point here is simple. Don't treat every Lexus V6 like it's the same engine. If you have an older RX or ES with a timing belt, find out when the belt, tensioner, and water pump were last replaced. If there's no record, it's worth getting the system inspected rather than assuming everything is fine because the car still runs perfectly. A timing belt can look fine right up until it doesn't, and age matters just as much as mileage on an older car. Quick pause here. If you're finding this useful so far, go ahead and hit subscribe right now before you forget. We put out videos exactly like this every single week, breaking down real ownership issues instead of just repeating whatever's in the brochure, and it genuinely helps the channel keep growing. All right, let's get back to it. Trick 6, replace the water pump. Even on the newer 3.5 liter engines running timing chains instead of belts, the water pump has developed a bit of a reputation for failing earlier than most owners expect. Repair histories tracked across hundreds of RX owners show pump seepage or outright failure showing up well before the 150,000 mile mark on a noticeable number of these vehicles, often catching people completely off guard during what should have been a routine oil change inspection. The trick here really is about timing your labor costs. If a shop is already charging you for the labor to get into the front of the engine for a timing service, an accessory belt replacement, or anything else in that general area, that's the exact moment to have the water pump swapped out at the same time while everything's already apart. The part itself is genuinely inexpensive on its own. What's expensive is paying for that same labor twice. Trick 7, service the hybrid battery fan before the warning. Lexus put out an official service bulletin covering hybrid models all the way from 2006 through 2020, confirming that dust and lint can build up inside the HV battery cooling fan and its intake filter over time, gradually cutting how effectively the battery pack cools itself while you're out driving. Most owners never touch this system until the dashboard actually displays a cooling performance warning message. And by that point, the battery pack has usually already been running hotter than it should for months, sometimes considerably longer than that. Since heat is one of the single biggest factors in how long a hybrid battery pack actually lasts before it needs replacing, letting that fan sit clogged and restricted is quietly working against you the entire time, even while everything still seems to be running perfectly normal. A replacement hybrid battery isn't cheap, and it's exactly the kind of five-figure surprise that catches long-term owners off guard when a car that's otherwise been rock solid suddenly needs major surgery. Trick 8. Don't ignore the hybrid battery airflow. Here's one where you need to be a little careful. Dust and lint can build up around the hybrid battery cooling system, and Lexus has an official procedure for dealing with it. But there's an important detail. Don't just stick a can of compressed air into the fan while it's still installed. Lexus specifically warns against cleaning the fan while it's installed because debris can get pushed into the battery case. The model year matters too. On the RX 450H, Lexus lists an intake filter for 2016 and newer models covered by this bulletin. The 2006 to 2015 RX 400H and RX 450H models don't have that same factory filter setup. So the safe approach is to check your exact model year first and follow the Lexus repair procedure for that vehicle. And if the actual fan assembly needs cleaning, Lexus's procedure calls for removing the fan first and securing the fan blades before using compressed air or a vacuum. The point isn't to turn this into a complicated DIY job. It's simply to make sure dust isn't choking the cooling system without accidentally pushing that dirt somewhere it shouldn't go. Trick 9. Stop the VVT-i smell before it starts. That damp, musty smell that hits you the second you turn the AC on isn't your imagination. And swapping in a brand new cabin filter alone usually won't fix it. What's actually happening is mold growing on the evaporator coil, buried deep in the dash where you can't easily reach it without tearing the whole dashboard apart. And RX owners on Club Lexus have been troubleshooting this exact problem for years. Some have gone through the dealer's official cleaning process 4 or 5 separate times, only to have the smell creep right back within a few months of driving. The habit that actually prevents it in the first place is refreshingly simple. Run your climate control on fresh air instead of recirculate whenever you reasonably can. And switch the AC off a couple of minutes before you park so the evaporator gets a genuine chance to dry out on the drive home, instead of sitting wet and sealed up inside a closed cabin overnight. That one small habit alone is often the entire difference between an evaporator that stays clean for years and one that turns into a recurring mold problem you end up fighting every single summer. Trick 10. The fluid mistake that ends transmissions early. We're closing where we started because this final trick ties everything else on this list together. Toyota's WS spec transmission fluid isn't optional, and it isn't interchangeable with whatever a generic shop happens to have. It's a very specific formulation engineered for these exact transmissions, and owners who've had a quick lube place top it off or flush it with a fluid they were simply told was compatible have reported shifting problems showing up within just a few thousand miles afterward. The advice that keeps coming up again and again from owners who've kept their RX or ES running well past 200,000 miles is simple. Only use genuine Toyota or Lexus dealer fluid. Only use genuine filters. And if a shop can't confirm by name that they're specifically using WS spec fluid, don't let them anywhere near your transmission, no matter how convenient or cheap they are. That one habit, more than almost anything else on this entire list, is the real difference between an RX that dies quietly and expensively at 130,000 miles and one that's still shifting smoothly and running strong well past the 300,000 mile mark everyone assumes is impossible. Lexus has built a pretty solid reputation over the years, and these tricks don't change that. They just show you a few things most owners never hear about that can help keep your Lexus running longer. There's one more thing we wanted to tell you. If you're looking for a complete buying and maintenance guide, be sure to check out our Lexus Longevity Guide, linked in the description. It covers engine discussions, maintenance advice, buying tips, and plenty of practical information to help owners make smarter decisions and keep their vehicles running their best. Also, if you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with someone who's shopping for or owns a Lexus. Thanks for watching. We appreciate the support. See you on the next one.